Life, a noun, defined as the sequence of physical and mental experiences that make up the existence of an individual. These experiences are unique to each individual, some filled with more happiness than others, as the sequence of events, as described in the definition of life, is very similar to the open road. If you make the wrong turn, you may miss it. If you take the desired route as planned, the outcome may not be as favorable as you may have expected. Each decision you make leads to a new adventure, a new story. You are to expect the unexpected, with no expectations at all.
There's a car coming.
I've been writing love letters to the Great American Highway. Not many can say they found community and solace in the asphalt, besides, perhaps, those running away or from something or someone. If you hop onto any highway in America and drive, you can simply just keep going. Keep going and going and going. On to the next town, the next truck stop, the next hopeless dreamer you encounter at a roadside inn or hole in the wall at the Great American Dive Bar. The beauty of the open road is in the fun that can be had not only with others, but alone. For someone like me, this is comforting, as alone is the most common word in my vocabulary. But when you're in the middle of nowhere, in a town you don't even know the name of, and you lock eyes with a trucker who is also locking eyes with the lot lizard, who is also locking eyes with the gas station attendee, hoping she doesn't get caught, you realize we are all the same. We're all here at the same place, trying to find or buy a moment of kindness and togetherness with a nameless stranger, and often it's better that way. Townes Van Zandt once said, "There is no prettier sight than looking back at a town you left behind." So in late August, for my birthday, I set out for 7 days with my best friend on a trip of discovery, facing fears and addressing my own self-limitations, all while driving through the Great American Southwest and the most known route, most traveled by those who take the road less traveled, Route 66. This is so crazy. Hi. I'm on a small plane that just departed LAX. I'm headed to the southwest of America. First stop, Albuquerque, New Mexico. So far, I've flown over bodies of water and hilly mountains. The current place I'm getting a bird's eye view of is a place I can't name. Names are pointless indicators when on the road. Labels, names, it doesn't fucking matter. You can refer to me as roadkill at random gas stations and it'll be all the same. No questions regarding if I'm lying. No sense of what's real because everything and nothing is real to me once I hit the road. It's time for me to finish my Diet Coke and take a nap. I'm taking full advantage of this nearly empty small plane. So I just got off the flight. I am feeling so nauseous. But we are in New Mexico right now, and I am about to go meet up with the people I'm meeting up with, and then we're gonna go get the car, and then off we go. I haven't seen a Pizza Hut at Target in forever.
I was like, this one's my favorite one.
Did Lana ever come here?
Yeah, why is it called Lana?
I love it.
We have like Post Malone.
I got my first Dutch Bros coffee. I'm very happy. After we got our essentials for the road trip at Trader Joe's and places like Target, we really hit the road. And now I get to see all New Mexico has to offer. Places like this reminds me of just how beautiful America can be, even though a lot of people refuse to see the beauty in our country. There's no quite place like America. There's no place where you can drive for hours and feel the way I'm feeling like I'm in a movie directed by Quentin Tarantino or some shit. Places like this is where I feel the most home. And I plan to make this little SUV my home for the next 7 days. So we just stopped here on the side of the road. We're heading to Santa Fe. And this is where we are. Guys, so we are currently at, sorry, let me unplug my phone. We're currently at a vintage thrift store in New Mexico. Yes, we were peeing and now I'm just like vlogging. I'm waiting on her to pee. Then I think she said we should probably head out.
Yeah.
So we can get the Santa Fe.
Sounds good.
Wild Hog Maggie's. Cheapest silver West. We saw a double rainbow in New Mexico while there was a dust storm happening. It was my first dust storm. A girl never forgets her first time. This cowboy lost his hat during the same storm. His hat and me both were just wandering around aimlessly, waiting to be captured. He later did capture his hat. Something about him was just so poetic, and it reminded me that I was no longer in LA. And in this exact moment, I experienced what true freedom is. Camino 66, God loves you very much. Mucho, mucho. Mucho, mucho. Emily, stop the car, we have to go here. That's pretty much what I said as soon as we drove past Camino 66. I knew we had to stop here because it said, Lord, we need you. Jesus, I trust in you. And as a woman of faith, I just felt compelled to stop here. It was really comforting for me to know that God was with me on this road trip. And in a way, God is with me everywhere I go. And you'll see that the more you watch. We're on Route 66. It's truly I went to a diner on Route 66 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I forgot the name of it. But the cook, who referred to himself as Jim the Greek, made a mean green chili burger. New Mexico is known for their green chili burgers, by the way. He recommended we try his world-famous fried ice cream. I really don't understand why people call their recipes world-famous when no one knows who they are, let alone the world. But anyway, his fried ice cream, he explained, is not like the others. And in a way, he's right, because it's not fried ice cream at all. It was just a deep fried puff pastry with generic ice cream on top. You can always tell when vanilla ice cream is artificial because of the color. No matter how vanilla it claims to be, the hue is almost piss yellow. Needless to say, it was still delicious, but it wasn't fried ice cream. Sorry, Jim. We just met a man named Jim the Greek at Western View Steakhouse. He told me that he lived in the Grand Canyon for about 2 weeks back in 1994. I went outside to smoke my third cigarette of the night, and I was greeted by the sound of stillness. The sound of stillness sparks a familiarity of time past. For better or for worse, I guess it's called nostalgia. Locals ask me why I came all the way from sunny Los Angeles to visit New Mexico. And it saddens me when locals can't see the beauty in what they have. But in that way, they're not so unique, because I'm also jaded when it comes to where I live, Los Angeles. When something becomes your everyday, it's easy to forget that it's also someone else's vacation or dream getaway. I often say I live where you vacation while referring to LA. New Mexico, oddly enough, reminded me of my hometown. How early the bars close, the almost non-existent nightlife, and the sweet nectar taste of a slower pace of life. I have to remind myself to not take any of this for granted. I am so cold, so tired, and we're at the truck stop. Alright, so we're at the truck stop. We just got coffee and souvenirs. We are at Klein's Corner Travel Center truck stop. And we are headed to Roswell, where we will be staying for the night. Today has been the first day, so I will be vlogging better. Alright guys, we are here getting breakfast at the Holiday Inn in Roswell. Let me show y'all the food. Biscuits and gravy, potatoes, sausage, green chili, a little veggie vibes, fruit vibes. And then this is the food station. Alright guys, we are getting our breakfast vibes from the golden malted America's waffle. We got 10 seconds to see our concoction. Watch it be burnt when we fuck something up. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, we ate that actually. We ate that. Mm-hmm. Yay! So we are here at the Holiday Inn on our first night in New Mexico. Hot tub, indoor pool, and then we're in Roswell right now, but we're going to be heading to Pie Town. This is everything. Day 2 on the road, and we are about to make Aperol Spritzy. Here in Roswell, Mexico, and I'm gonna put in my coin for the state. Come and show them. So the first state I'm gonna put my coin is the state I'm born in, and that's New York, Nueva York. Okay. And then the second coin is going to be for a state that I live in, that I have a love-hate relationship with, California. Yay! You can have my gun if you pry it out of my cold, dead hands. Period. We're about to enter Area 51. Wish us luck, you guys. Wish us fucking luck. What? Oh. So we are here at a makeshift Area 51, you guys, in Roswell. So what the fuck are you doing, Mr. Alien? Dexterity analysis? Sounds fake to me.
My man. Fell down through the couch.
So this UFO Area 51 Roswell place is so camp. And look, it has like this makeshift diner vibe. Very 1950s-esque. Silence. On the way to Pie Town, we were randomly intoxicated by the hills surrounding us. A cemetery, smack dab in the middle of nowhere, literally. Had I not known any better, I would have thought it was a mirage, or yet another figment of my romanticization. Though none of us spoke it out loud, all 3 of us needed this silence. Prior that morning at the Roswell Holiday Inn, our friendship was tested. I guess you can say both of our anxieties manifested itself into an entity that could have destroyed us both. I'll leave it at that. Silence. My favorite sound is when Mother Nature whispers in my ears. Her sweet talk and soft kisses act as pillows for my skin. When no one is around, I feel the most like myself. When no one is around is when I can finally see. What does that mean for me? What does that mean for my future? Granted, I do live in a city, so I'm always around people. And maybe that's why I feel like I am just a reflection of who I could be.
Cute.
I'm just so happy right now and have a lot to think about like life and everything and where I'm headed. But we just left this beautiful cemetery. Again, we are in the middle of nowhere. This is my outfit. And who knows where we're headed. That's the best thing about being on this road trip. We went from New Mexico, Route 66 to Roswell, and now we're here and I don't even know what town. And then heading to Arizona tomorrow. Get ready for us.
Explain what I'm doing.
All right, what are you doing?
Skinning a
Skinning a
from a wild cactus.
Oh, well, that's how we do it. George and Tammy.
Take a bite. Was it good? No, you didn't bite it.
I did.
I'll bite it.
Bite it.
Take a bigger bite.
Oh my god, that's so good.
See the pink juice in the middle?
Mmm.
Bite it.
Get it.
You'll feel like you're one of the earth.
It is prickly though.
That's good.
I want it cold. I'm like,
my
can
God.
this
You're in the
plant be
desert.
cold? Can this plant be cold?
Look at all the cactus needles I have in me. Anybody got tweezers?
Girl, no.
You have to be adaptable, willing to change in an instant. This is very important when you decide to take on the Great American Highway. You see, if I refused to accept the change of plans, my stubbornness would have prevented me from experiencing peak contentment. Pie Town was on the itinerary chiefly because of me, but desolate roads enticed me more in that moment, which led us to have a bonding experience that felt almost religious because of how pure and vulnerable we were. We had at-whim cocktails, shots of vodka, at a random state park I don't know the name of, spontaneous rituals of burning twigs and releasing the past. Our giggles were so playful in that moment, as we talked like grade school girls at a slumber party, discussing the imprints our mothers left on us. The good and bad of a mother will be left marked on her daughter, and it's up to the child to later determine what's to be scrubbed off or delicately polished, preserved, and protected. Our off-roading experience came with a cost. Just like everything in life, if you want some good, you have to pay for it. We got stuck in some mud earlier in the state park, and at the time, we didn't think much of it. But we later found out that a rock punctured the tires or something like that. Misfortunes on a road trip are only overwhelming if you allow it to be. Luckily, my mind at the time was in a discontinued contract with sobriety, so nothing and everything felt real to me, but it also all felt fictitious.
Road Dog Adventures. We are at another gas station. I am drunk. I'm a little stony baloney. This is where we are. Okay, we're at another truck stop, and I'm gonna go pee. Day 2, New Mexico. Yeah. Ain't been poor. So this is our second place of the trip. We are at Hotel Rancho. It's almost 2 a.m. and we are so fucking tired. Oh my gosh. Whoa, not me about to fall off the treadmill. Hey guys, so I am working out on vacation. We just found a creepy crawler in one of our rooms. and I'm trying to not freak out. So I'm gonna get my steps in, get sexy, and do the best that I fucking can. It's very cowboy themed. Look at this. I look like shit today, but this is the hotel for day 2 at El Rancho. And I'm gonna show you guys more around. We have an Airbnb later today, but this place has been great. But I do have a lot that I need to discuss, but I'm gonna show you guys more of just how sick this hotel is. You got it? Okay. Cool. It was in the bathroom? I just want to hit the road all the time because that means I'm headed somewhere. I never been a person of direction, never know where I'm headed, too unaware of where I should go. In daily life circumstances, you can see how this may be quite an issue for me. A life with no direction has led me to run in circles. But for lovers of the road, no direction is the best direction. It leads you to where you need to be, not where you want to be. And those are two complete separate entities. By our last night in New Mexico, I knew I was ready for Arizona. Initially, New Mexico was where I was excited for the most. After all, it was my idea to come here. But as I said, the road will teach you about yourself. It will tell you what you need, not what you want. I am forever grateful for New Mexico because it taught me patience and that perhaps I'm not as much of a lost cause when it comes to defeating anxiety. I was faced with one of my main fears that has been an intrusive thought for all of this trip. There was a prohibited guest in my bed when I woke up in New Mexico at the El Rancho. A guest that up until this point has been a constant figment of my imagination. But for the first time I had to deal with this monster. I can say I've lost my mind and regained a new sense of sanity at a hotel on Route 66 in Gallup, New Mexico. Off to Arizona. Day 3. This outfit I didn't wear to where I wanted to go, so I'm wearing it again today, but then I'm going to change later. As soon as we get out the rental, I felt the change not only in the weather, but within me. Arizona, the Grand Canyon state.
I've never seen a landscape as picturesque as the large rock formations and pastel sunsets of Arizona, especially not where I'm from. I immediately felt like I entered a real-life puzzle, where all the pieces create a scenery so beautiful that even a non-believer would believe. Entering Arizona, you will know God is real. Besides, who else could create this beauty besides the world's greatest artists? As I began connecting the puzzle pieces of my new backdrop together in my mind, I simultaneously connected with who my true self longs to become.
There's a car coming.
I felt it, with the burning sun touching my skin. Something felt right here. I just couldn't tell what it was. Could it have been the sound of all the large Peterbilts that have been driving past me? Or the sound of the wind? Could it have been another instance of me romanticizing my reality to make it feel like a cinematic dream? I don't know yet, but I'm open to the possibilities of who I can become, who I want to become, and who I want to leave behind.
All right, guys. So I don't even know where we are. We are at the Southwest TP Trading Post. Native American arts and crafts, cigars, and tobacco on the historic Route 66. I don't know. It says welcome to Arizona. Hello. Hi. Hello. How y'all doing? Good.
Our moods also changed with the temperature. My need for espresso didn't complement the opposite's needs for perhaps people-pleasing and what we now refer to as real coffee gate. And that could have possibly ended a 10-plus year friendship. Traveling for a great distance is a test of many. It tests your patience, tests what you're willing to sacrifice in the sense of leaving your comfort zone behind, and it tests your relationships, even the ones that have been guarded by iron gates for several years. We stopped here to have a real discussion/argument. It felt like both at the time. 2 stray dogs appeared that were friendly, and we were left to assume some evil-spirited person abandoned them there because of how they responded to humans. Such a shame. We did call a local rescue to inform them, but we never got a follow-up. This is common on the road. You befriend strangers that appear for just a moment in your life story to never be seen again. This time, my new friends had 4 legs instead of 2. We had about a 90-minute drive from Tucson to Tombstone, Arizona. I gave Emily her birthday cake at a Walmart parking lot. It was a strawberry cake, and by the time we got to Tombstone, it was almost melted. But that's fine. I think really fondly of our time heading to Tombstone. I decided to play a little game like we were 16 years old. I asked the girls if you could dress any way you want, regardless of age, weight, height, what would be your dream aesthetic? And this was a nice way to not only lighten the mood, but break the ice and to just feel like young girls again. It's always nice to be among women that know the importance of beauty.
Hey vlog. Okay, so we are in Tombstone, Arizona, which is like an old westerny town, as y'all can see. And we're about to go watch a fucking gun show. This is the outfit. And we're about to go buy our tickets.
All right, next thing. There's some nice, pretty, fluffy clouds around us, and sometimes they produce rain, and that's okay. We'll keep doing the show. Now, when they start producing lightning, the good guy's gonna have that nice, shiny target. badge on their person. So if you see them, they do something very heroic, we're going to yell, cheer, hoot, and holler. So let's give that a try. Ready? Good guy!
Romanticizing imagery that it does today. Meant you were a thief, a lowlife, scoundrel. And by the way, you guys met your drunk marshal?
Same.
Oh, man. He's going to need to find a lot more encouragement than he finds at the bottom of that whiskey bottle. So let's bring out our good guy, Marshall Baker. Oh, it smells like White Claw.
Woo! That's just us.
Hey, Mark, you got an idea. How about we do some target practice, folks? You hate cowboy coffee.
Because it tastes like...
Hey! Family show.
Crappuccino.
Well, folks, he ain't much, but he's all you guys got. Pay attention, I might have a few more questions for you. Well, Miner, I found your mule.
You found her.
That's right, I even brought her back into town.
You brought her in, well, let's go get her. Come on.
Miner, I brought her back into town and I sold her.
What?
That's right, I got thirsty riding in on the trail out there. Bought myself a big old bottle of that mezcal tequila with the proceeds. They all know. You go around accusing a man being a mule thief, you best be packing some iron. Now, where's your gun?
Ain't got no gun.
What do you mean you ain't got a gun?
I'm a miner.
How do you survive out here in the wilderness?
My looks, of course.
Yeah, that right there's a face that'll make a freight train take a dirt road. I guess I can't kill you in front of all these witnesses. Guess we'll just have to settle it right here in the street, the old-fashioned way. Come on, Miner.
Stand still so I can hit you.
Oh my god.
What, he's just a miner.
Poor thing.
Come here, you.
Welcome to my gun shop. They didn't have any pins in that outhouse, so I had to use a number 2 pencil, if you know what I mean. Let's see here, I'll get off. 4 o'clock. You gotta call me when your cousins ain't around, right? All right!
Woo! He's coming for your woman. You got a date. Woo!
Shut my hair off.
I do have a hair trigger.
Hiding behind that flimsy tin star. You make me sick, Marshall. A real gunfighter? A real gunfighter.
We're going to settle this one of 2 ways. First, the easy way. Just march yourself right in my jail.
Now, that ain't happening.
Or we do it the hard way, like gentlemen on the streets, because the time for talking is over.
That was close. Jesus, you trying to kill me?
Yeah.
Hey, Marshall, these town folk, they lied to me.
How was that?
Told me you got true grit.
I do have true grit.
Man, you ain't got no grit. You ready to do this?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's dance.
All right.
What? Now he's got 2 belly buttons.
Oh! Oh no. Oh. I miss you already.
Daddy, come back.
But he never shut up.
All right, yeah! We got it. Howdy!
Sometimes tourist attractions can feel so themed that it goes from camp to I'm actually embarrassed that I even came here. Similar to Times Square in New York City or Hollywood Boulevard in California or Bourbon Street during Mardi Gras. But that feeling hasn't touched Tombstone, Arizona yet. Maybe because Tombstone is so honest in what it is. There are people that actually live here, wake up here, they work here. Bars are adorned with memorabilia of motorcycle clubs, reminders to respect those that served our beautiful country. The bars and saloons here aren't themed as country or western or cowboy or biker. These are places and establishments that just happen to be that way. You can always tell when a place is themed as such. They usually are adorned with cheap hipster neon signs that say something cheesy like, "Howdy bitches," or "Hey y'all." But establishments that just are because that's who they are, not who they are trying to be, well, that is something that's really rare and hard to come by.
Arizona's finest. Ooh, sorry.
I don't even know where to start. In here? Hey, you just got done killing fucking 10,000 Russians. Woo!
That's my fiance. I'm gay. That was the joke.
Yeah, no.
I said maybe your girlfriend saw us because we sat down and she just goes booyah and like I don't know, like skull push you. I don't know. You're gay and that's why she's angry.
Maybe. You know what?
Be yourself.
I've always been curious.
I love that.
That's fucking
Yeah,
weird.
that's
Really?
that's not weird. That's not weird.
No.
That's not weird.
Showing your cleavage, so this is. You have more cleavage than me.
Yeah, but as a man.
No, I meant your.
You said I have more cleavage than you.
Strangers are either captivated by me or I'm cellophane. There's a time and place where both are my superpowers, and in Phoenix, I was definitely cellophane, and that allowed me to become a version of myself that felt the most natural, introspective, and observant. After witnessing a woman bite a bartender and fight her boyfriend, all leading up to her arrest, that was the mood for the night. These two guys were eyeing one of my friends, and in a poor attempt to impress her, his wingman said that this guy just got deployed from Ukraine, and he told us tasteless, drunken jokes. Looking back, I'm unsure if Phoenix would be the place for me to reside if I ever moved to Arizona. I'm unsure if Phoenix would be another city, just like Los Angeles, where I feel I'm rather ignored as opposed to noticed, celebrated, and adored. Alright guys, so we are in the middle of nowhere at a little stop. We are at Red Rock Springs. Sorry about the vlog and like me not talking as much because the idea I have for this vlog is going to be a little bit different. So hopefully the way I'm executing and filming works out. Which bag should I get? Like, this is pretty cool. So is that one. Like which one? I feel like this one probably matches more with me. Or look at this one. This is fun too. I wish they had a mirror. All right, hold on. Let's do a fake mirror vibe. Ooh, okay. Hello. I may have to put you guys a little lower because I can't see what the bag looks like. Excuse my fat rolls. Okay. Or this This is too bright for me. I think I'm gonna do this one. I think I'm gonna do this one.
And in this exact moment, this was where everything started to make sense and Arizona started to feel more like Arizona. Unbeknown to me, there was a puzzle assembling itself inside of my brain, taking all my missing pieces that I was unaware I even misplaced and reuniting them to form the proverbial big picture. From Black Canyon City to Sedona, I was hit by a wave of what if? What if I left it all behind? What if I stayed? What if I stayed comfortable with my current situation and my life never changes, improves, or get worse, but I just stay the same? What if that's a nightmare? What if this trip surprisingly served a bigger purpose, one bigger than I could even imagine? The rustling sound of each truck that flew by me sounded like a lullaby in my ears, one that sang to me, what if you finally made it home? But to make it home, you have to bet on yourself. Even if you have no money, you have to make that bet. And I decided in that moment, it's time for me to be bold. It's time for me to be the highest bidder. But it's hard to be a gambler when you have nothing in your pocket but sticks and stones and broken promises to yourself that you never accomplished or actually received. But I'm going to take that risk, and I don't know how, but I am. I'll let you know when I get there and when I make an actual plan. Dear Journal, I'm in Arizona looking at the beautiful red rocks, wondering how the soft femininity of nature that isn't a shade of emerald, but it's more like the blood I gave to the land, and how this beautiful red rock formation is even real, how something so big can be so monumental, how it stands tall and firm and bright, something I wish I could see in myself. It's been making no sense how much aware I am of myself lately. I feel like a delayed dandelion that was told she was forbidden to go. Take a look at me now. No, take a real good look at me now. I did it. I am becoming a real woman. Take a good look at me. Take a good look at me. I don't know where, but somewhere. And somewhere I belong. And I long for something to be something, for something to lean on, to grow and to expand. Sedona is making me question a lot. It's making me feel familiar and comfortable. I have a lot of questions. But for the first time, I'm starting to be aware of myself and who I am and why I behave the way I do, why I talk the way I do, why I write the way that I do, and exactly why the open road is the only place where I feel like home. There's been a lot of motifs on this trip about home. And what does that even mean? They say home is where the heart is. But if my heart is on the road, then where is my home? I guess it's anywhere. It's the 29th of August as I write this. I'm sitting outside in the dark on a rocking chair outside of my Airbnb in Bullhead City, Arizona. I hear some coyotes howling in the wind. By this point in the trip, I'm so used to hearing and seeing wildlife, I'm not scared of the coyotes howling, even though I'm sitting outside by myself writing. I'm currently living on a ranch and I came home drunk tonight. I met this young guy, his name was Ethan, and he asked us for a cigarette.
Me and my friends took a long drive down the Red Rocks, and that's when I realized that we are all so small. Nature has a way of reminding us we aren't special after all, that we are visitors here, and that this is her home, not ours, and we are to respect it. Back to Ethan, Route 66. I've learned about the vortexes in Arizona, and it is fucking astonishing that time exists within a perceived way of thinking, but time is not real. Perhaps the vortexes have taken me. This has been our home for the night. We are in Bull's Head, Arizona, and I kind of want to show y'all around a little bit. We're on a ranch, as y'all probably can tell, and I have you guys propped on my selfie stick. It's so beautiful out here. I can truly see myself living here. Look at that shit. Hello. I haven't been vlogging enough, so let me just check in with y'all. This is where we are. Today is Thursday, and we are sleeping. We are in Bull's Head, Arizona, waking up to the beautiful mountains. And I'm on a ranch, so it doesn't really get any better than that for me. I'm gonna try to prop y'all up here. Quick little outfit of the day. I'm thinking of changing my shirt though. I don't know how much I'm gonna keep this on. It is just so hot, but this is my favorite sound and scenery. Clear blue skies, fresh pavement, and the sound of nothing. Peacefulness is when your brain is shut off and sent to heaven momentarily. It got up to the triple digits, over 100-degree weather in Bullhead City. My phone continuously overheated, warming up my hands, reminding me of where I was. I close my eyes and count to 10 and see if I can conceptualize a new life for me. A life for me here. This climate could work for me in perhaps a way I never allowed myself to think, because I never allowed myself to think bigger and wilder. Because I was so focused on the gray skies where I reside in Los Angeles, I was unable to see the native comfort of the season in for which I was born. The sun and me are two entities that belong together. I am ruled by the sun, so it's no surprise that in this climate, I have come to the realization that this may be the perfect setting for my optimal performance, not only as a poet and an artist, but as a woman, and perhaps even a wife and mother. I left a part of my brain and mind and heart in Bullhead City, Arizona. There at the sandbar, I met several men. One stood out the most. His name is Stan Morris, but we call him Stanimal.
You meant that like you were like a lawyer that's suing horses?
No, I'm not a scumbags.
Scumbag. Yeah, they are. They're beautiful. My new best friend.
Father. And everyone, no girl. The only girls in my family to marry. The one I ain't met yet. You hear what I said? I said the one I ain't met yet. I deal with it.
rock and roll.
That's bullshit or hang loose. No, this is hang loose. But if you put the thumb up there, that's an I love you.
I love you. And that's a double.
No. That's just bullshit or aggie. Depends on where you're from. If you're from Texas, go like this. If you're not, you go like this. I mean, bullshit.
And this. And this.
That's always, hey, what is this?
What is that?
What is this?
What is that?
Cover me, I'm fucked. I asked myself, what is it like to be crazy? Surely it must have its benefits. And who are we to say one's crazy? When all it is a state of mind. Some of us visit longer than others. But that's only because of the abstract normality. That's why we fantasize and space on reality to make more life pleasurable on our journey back to sanity.
That was really profound. Holy shit. That was really fucking amazing.
I'm not making, I will not make $1 unless we get about 400, $500,000. If I get 500,000 people to watch it, I might make $1.
Oh, wow.
See, I'm one that I don't need $1.
That's all, Sam. You clean up nice. Look at that.
Wait. How the fuck you find that so fast?
It's on IMDb.
Yeah, you told us to look up the movie.
I know. Wait, I got one more. That picture was 600. I had a contract one $10,000 an hour. And then, like you would my name in the movie is, that's Mike, my best friend. Captain America.
No, that is sick. Oh my gosh.
That's that O'Leary, you know.
It's all happening.
It's all happening, Stanimal. It's all.
That's where that movie happened, was Dallas, Texas. All
Wow.
my exes live in Texas.
All my exes live in Texas,
My
baby.
children are in Texas.
We love you.
We love you,
When
Stan.
I saw Texas, I wait a minute.
Bye.
And that, my friends, is my new friend Stan. Well, we call him Stanimal, part because his name, yes, is Stan, but he loves animals, dogs, birds, raccoons, wildlife. He told me he's the original road dog, a title I self-proclaimed, but now it seems unfitting. Stanimal smelled of Marlboro Reds, though the brand he smoked was some no-name brand he probably got at the gas station or res. Like a mirage, he appeared to pop out of nowhere. He sat next to me while I drank my dirty tequila. Why is it a dirty tequila? I don't know, but it tasted like a spiked
Colorado
Dole Whip
River.
pina colada. I'm number one at this game, he told me. The game is a touchpad casino game. His name displayed across the screen in multiples. Stan. Stan was number one on the leaderboard at this game because he was the only one at the bar playing it, I thought. I kept that to myself. He seemed proud of his accomplishment. And no matter how little or far in between, to be proud of nothing is the bravest thing one can do. Proud of nothing. You see, Stanimal is a classic road fixture. Like a statue, that's where he is plotted. You can find a Stanimal at any white trash bar in nowhere, USA. You don't have to look. They will be there, waiting to greet you. And although Stan was born in Europe, he is actually the most undeniably American man I've met. He's very patriotic. His accent was familiar, part alcoholic, part philosopher. He spoke of the perks of madness and being crazy, referred to as a destination, and that offered me some peace of mind. Maybe when I am mad, I'm just somewhere else. A day-to-day vacation from my usual way of thinking. Stanimal wanted to kiss me, but I wouldn't allow it. I would truly be too intoxicating for an already drunk man, and I couldn't have that. As we left to the parking lot, he said, "Texas. All my exes live in Texas." He thought we lied to him about where we were really from. It's a car rental, Stanimal, hence the license plate. It's all happening, I told him. He drove off in his red Pontiac.
It's strange what desire can make foolish people. I never dreamed that I could see. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. I know I don't wanna fall in love. I know I don't wanna fall in love with you.
By this point in the trip, my eyes felt dry like the climate I was in. The pain was unusual and constant. Of course, the pain in my left thigh worsened when we got closer to California. Pain is always worse here. Crossing state lines from Arizona to California felt mystical. My mood and demeanor changed the instant we arrived in California. I instantly became more firm and harsh with everyone I spoke to. The carefree road dog I was the past 6 days took a back seat to perform the person I have to become to survive California. I miss the person I am whenever I'm away from the place I willingly decided to call home, but yet it feels like I'm far from actually making it become one. Joshua Tree is how city folks think the desert is supposed to feel and be and become. But once you experience Arizona, Joshua Tree seems like the generic brand cola your mom packed you for school lunch because money was tight. Prior to experiencing Arizona, I thought Joshua Tree, Pioneer Town, etc. was the real deal. And it is in a way that it's not. But I guess this is natural considering its close proximity to LA. Performance bleeds into this town as well. It never has to end, but eventually it does. Life is always happening. There is always another bill to pay, meal to make, and shift to work. Responsibilities make periods in your life, such as this one, special. If we didn't have something to contrast it to, would we even understand the idea of true unadulterated freedom? I doubt it. I sat in the passenger seat as we left Joshua Tree Saloon to drop me back off to LA. I wish we could keep going. Just one more day, I said. That's what I love about the road, Emily replied to me. You can just keep on going. And she's right. Sure, we had to stop, but we could have just kept driving. Even past my apartment, past my city, past my town, past my state. Land is land, and it stretches endlessly. The idea that there's more strangers to meet, towns to explore, truck stops to love, and wildlife to encounter is what makes the road so enticing to me. There's an element of constant surprise. The open road is America's greatest enigma. My brain chemistry is forever changed, all because of a random trip that came together in under 3 months. I felt home, hundreds of miles away from where my life actually is, where I place my head at night. And there will come a time that I will have to address those feelings. I know what I need to do, but I'm not ready to admit them to anyone, not even myself to myself. Love comes when you least expect it, is what people often say to their single friends. And I guess there's some truth in that statement, because I found love where I least expected it when I wasn't looking. What a surprise. But what I do know is that as long as I remain consistent, the words at bay will come to me. To be all-knowing and fruitful. To be all or nothing. Yet stability looks like Arizona and coyotes. Vortexes in Sedona, where dreams come true, but only within 10 miles radius. Closer to the sun, like a phoenix.
Cute. That's perfect.